on makeup is exhausting. We ready to rock? Hey everybody out there in Facebook Live. I'm Brittany from the KQ Morning Show. We have the very own Dan Corrigan, who you've probably seen his photos and not even know it, but we were lucky enough to get our own private tour of First Avenue, the memorial. It's been 1 year since Prince died. We're doing the memorial. We're kind of doing it, like, First Avenue is known for more celebrating his life than doing anything too Debbie Downer. So, and Dan, you've done a lot of tours today already, right?
Yep, yeah, doing tours today. Been a lot of interest. It's one of my favorite part of my job, working at First Avenue. I really enjoy showing the place off.
Yeah, I mean, you're here all the time. You know all the facts. Did you have to learn a lot, or was it all pretty much just like making sure you could get it figured out?
Well, I've been around for a long time. Coming up this June will be my 26th anniversary here. I'm sorry, 36th anniversary.
Oh my gosh!
I know, I'm kind of losing track of
decade.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I did talk decade. I've worked full-time here for the last 8 years, 4 years doing as a stagehand, putting on shows, and then the last 4 years as a facilities guy. Part of my job is giving the tours.
And you guys started doing the tours about a year ago, right?
Well, we've been doing tours all along.
Okay.
But it used to be mostly just school groups and industry groups, and it was sort of infrequent. Prince passing away put a huge amount of interest on.
Yeah.
And so we decided to open up public tours just to take advantage.
Exactly. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, if you have any questions for Dan, if you have questions for me, then you're crazy, because I can't. He's the one to ask. He knows everything.
And I love questions. I am the answer man.
He's opposite of anyone you've ever met. He loves questions. He's got the answer. Throttle Me Billiam is here with us. He's the one filming. He will be fielding your questions. He's a professional. So go ahead, ask away. We're going to be taking a tour of the whole place. So start us off. Where are we right now?
Right now we're in the foyer, I guess is the name of it. First Avenue was originally built, the building was built as a Greyhound station, 1937. And when it was built, it was like one of the jewels in the Greyhound empire. It really was a beautiful building. The Art Deco style, you see there's rounded features everywhere in the whole building. And it's curious, and I can show as we get inside a little deeper, I think that really helps define the room as an entertainment room, because it was actually built as a bus station.
That's so funny,
it kind of works out really well. The very first show in the building as a concert venue was Joe Cocker in 1970.
Really?
And the building was mostly a discotheque during the 70s, operating as Uncle Sam's and then Sam's. And in 1980 we became First Avenue, and our focus became more towards live music. We still do dance music, but that isn't our focus. Our focus is putting live shows through.
You guys do the dance. You guys used to have the disco room too, right?
We used to have,
or the record room, right?
The record room, that's another just sort of smaller room upstairs. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
So,
I can't believe Joe Cocker was the first concert.
Joe Cocker was the first concert.
That's very cool.
Let's see, here, if we walk over here, I can show you. Maybe walk up on this side. You see kind of an overview of the club, and I was talking about the rounded features, and the front of the building is round with those nice colors, but behind the stage, the surface is also round. And I think you really can't see it when we look at the stage. You can't see that rounded wall, but I think it's a very, very important part of the dynamic of this building. And I believe that this back wall acts like a parabolic dish, like a amphitheater, for projecting not just the sound forward, but just the psychic energy of the stage. Bands love playing here because I think they really love the connection that you're able to make with the audience when you're playing.
How many people does this room
fit? We
fit?
can fit about 1,800 people in the room.
Wow.
And when the lighting is right, when you're standing on the front of the stage, you can see every face of every person in the house. And I think that connection is really important.
And with a room that big, where else can you do that?
Yeah, this is a very special room, I think.
It's funny, I never thought about the rounded back until you said that.
But it really makes a big difference. And sound engineers love working in rooms with rounded surfaces, because the flat surfaces reflect sound differently So it is nice having the rounded corners in here. Right where we're standing is where a little over a year ago we had a partial ceiling collapse during a sold out show. We were very, very lucky that no one was hurt seriously. But because of that collapse, we actually had to take down all of the lighting system, all of the air handling system, all of the sound system, and remove the rest of the ceiling that hadn't collapsed. And in doing so, we were able to clean the place up like you wouldn't believe. Originally, the original ceiling had sound treatment put on it in the early 80s, and it was sprayed on, and it was sort of fuzzy.
Oh, that's
And so
horrible.
you used to be able to smoke in the bars. And so it had 20 years of cig smoke, and people are dusty. You would not believe how dusty people are. I can clean this place spotless, and after 2 sold out shows, I can write my name in dust on any undisturbed flat surface. So I know how dusty people are. But there is 35 years of people dust up there, and then the hazer fluid from our smoke machines.
Oh my God.
So anyway, the ceiling looked like it was alive, and not in a good way at all. So I'm really glad the place looks and works better than it ever has, and I think that's one of the reasons. Our lighting system is less than 3 years old. We have all LED lighting. We got a deal with a power company rebate for getting all of our old school fixtures off of the grid, and so much more energy efficient.
Do most bands bring their own stuff, or do they just rely on your guys?
We're completely flexible. You can bring in your entire light rig and we'll fit it in here. You can come in here in your car and we'll light
Are
it
they
up for
are
you.
they a lot of them surprised at what you guys can do for them? Because I mean, I know in the last 3 years the ability with your guys' life has been insane.
Yeah. Everything has gotten better about the club. You know, the only thing we don't allow pyrotechnics in here.
Yeah.
So no, we don't have flames or explosions anymore.
Yeah.
But other than that, we can handle pretty much anything that comes into this room and handle it well.
Awesome. Is it okay to skip around to talking about the movie Purple Rain?
We can talk about the movie Purple Rain.
So he did most of his scenes here where he was on the stage, correct?
All of the live music, all the live shots were shot on stage. There are a couple of incidental shots inside. I think there are like 2 or 3 incidental shots that go up and show parts of the club.
Yeah.
But all the rest of the behind the scenes and dressing room and incidental club shots were shot elsewhere. Some at the State Theater. I heard that somewhere in St. Paul, and I heard that some of them were actually shot in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that would make sense as soundstage. I remember the Morris Day scenes. They didn't have people up on the second floor. They had dancers, like these professional dancer rooms, which would be such a loss of amount of people you could fit in here. But it was done so well. So is that pretty unique that Prince was able to put that in his contract to make a movie? And was it such a big deal for him to film it here compared to somewhere else?
Well, no, I think it was the obvious choice for him, just because he was from here. He had a very tight connection with First Avenue.
Yeah.
And I think he's a very smart person.
Yeah.
He realized the special quality of this room and the connection that he able to make. And he performed here a number of times.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he knew what this room would do. And so it was an obvious choice.
That is just so crazy. I heard that they gave him 6 weeks to do those scenes, and they had it so together. The Revolution had it so tight that it only took 1 week for them. But that might be a made-up fact. That
I do not know that fact. I've been around First Avenue for a long time. I will never profess to be a Prince expert.
No,
so
and neither am I. I literally probably just read it on the It probably is a lie. Facebook, you know that I often lie on air. It happens. Very cool. I'll let you take the lead. Where are we off to next, Dan? And Dan Corrigan he's got some amazing photos. If we get a chance to look, he's got some great photos of Minneapolis artists called, it's in the book Heyday. But I know we definitely have to check that out. If you're into music, you might be. Oh, perfect, because he's got a lot of photos in here. Perfect. This is Heyday. This is Dan Corrigan's book. You've probably seen his pictures at a lot of different places and not even realized it, because his photos are kind of everywhere in Minneapolis. Where is the Prince one's amazing. I wanted to Perfect. You've got some of the best. How many times have you seen Prince play?
Prince performed in First Ave 13 times, and I got to see 6 of those performances, and I got to photograph 4 of them. I also photographed Prince at 3 other locations besides First Ave, so I actually have to shoot Prince 7 times.
Wow. Was it hard because he moves so much? I know it sounds like so
No,
dumb, but
no,
he's
no,
so
not at all.
everywhere.
You would rather have him move
Yeah,
everywhere. That
yeah.
makes it much more. One of my favorite bands ever is Sunvolt, and they aren't exactly known for dancing around the stage. But yeah, he was fun to shoot.
I bet.
Amazing to shoot.
Just the
huge
outfits
personality.
alone, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very
And,
cool. And this is, we're right now in the green room. I know it doesn't look, you know, your imagination kind of takes you a lot of different places, but the reality of it is, you know, it's a little more basic than you would see in, that's kind of the cool part about First Avenue is that it's very, this is how it is, and like the fact that people are constantly trying to perform here. And you've talked about it before, like whenever they would, like the time that he was singing Nikki, what's his song? I always say it wrong. What's the name?
Darling Nikki.
Darling Nikki. After he sings that in the movie, he runs out and he runs into here, but it becomes this like labyrinth of halls, which isn't here obviously. So I've seen, I don't know how many people that we've taken through here who like run off like acting like it's part of it, and then they're like, oh, it stops, it ends, like, oh. And that's the magic of Hollywood. Very cool.
Here, we can actually take a walk behind the stage, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, this is part of the curve.
This is the back wall. This is part of that.
Now we are behind the stage.
This is behind the stage, and this
Oh,
is that
this
big
is so
curved
cool.
wall that I was talking about.
So these are set lists.
Set lists from over the years. These probably go back to the mid-'90s, I
Oh,
think.
wow.
There was a Prince set list up here that somebody pinched.
Oh, I can
So,
imagine.
that
Make sure they
happened.
see-
That
yeah.
happened years ago.
Can you see? Is it too dark? Oh, it's so cool. Here, give me your phone and I'll light it up. Is your phone in here? Some of these are so flippin' cool. And there we go. This is so flippin' cool. There's a lot of swears, so if you have a problem with swears, then you probably don't listen to KQ anyways. So I think you could make some really interesting poetry out of just grabbing random things. I just read like wiener or something. God, there's some cool. It's too bad they grabbed the Prince one, but oh well. I think you guys are doing all right. Oh, I saw this theater. I mean, this show. This is so flippin' cool. You see that?
Oh, let me show you. You'll
So cool, Dan.
You'll love this.
Now I look like a ghost hunter.
So this is board tape, and board tape is like on the mixing boards. What they do is they lay down a strip of white tape underneath all the knobs, and then they write the names on who it is. And here's one from a Prince show that I was actually showing through a tour, and they looked at the lineup and they said, that's from the Sign of the Times tour. So I would never have known that.
That's
but,
so
here's
cool.
one from the old days.
So flippin' cool. You guys better put an alarm on that now. Now I'm holding your flashlight. I'm just gonna pocket your phone. Oh, I'm definitely Prince at this point, right? I'm more Morris Day. Just 'cause he's...
How's it
it's
going?
fun, it's-
Check this out!
Every band that comes up here wants to play Purple Rain. Now, maybe not live in front of the audience, but we've heard Purple Rain from this stage for sound checks so many times.
So many times, I bet.
But it was really fun seeing the Revolution play because
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of, they put a different sort of spin on it. But
Yeah.
yes, I've seen Purple Rain performed on this stage many, many times.
All right, we'll see how honest you
Many,
want to be.
many
You can
bands.
plead the fifth. Who did it the best? Who
Oh,
did it
no,
the worst?
I can't even.
I knew you would. Oh, you're too nice of
No,
a guy.
I can't. No, I don't remember.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well,
that's
yeah.
That's probably most
I
of it.
mean, if I sang,
It was
I would
amazing.
give you your worst.
I remember watching the Revolution doing it though, and saying, "Well, there's the real deal."
Yeah.
You know, so-
I mean, yeah. That's pretty epic. And who sang then?
I believe. It was Wendy.
I think it was Wendy too. I was here, but I think it was Wendy. It was beautiful. Some people hard at work. Because sometimes once in a while they go that.
We are a working nightclub. There's no doubt about that.
Wait, this isn't all about just partying and having fun? Then what am I?
We provide the space for that, but we have to work to actually do it right.
Bill, show people the professionals with a real camera. That's not that's not KQ. Someday, you hear me? She's got a blazer, and I'll get one too someday. Again, I'm Brittany with KQ. We got Dan Corrigan, who's taken so many photos for Minneapolis artists. Now it's super dark, I bet. We've got Throttle Me William rocking the phone/camera, super professional. And we are stalking Dan Corrigan as he shows us the behind the scenes of First Avenue. Any questions? People? No?
Not yet.
What a sad question. Is there any questions? No? All right. Sounds good. Oh, more workers here. So this is the owner's box.
Light up the purple rain.
Oh, perfect.
Isn't that nice? Yep, this is the owner's box. When Prince visited, this is where he'd sit. That's reserved for the boss. That actually reserved for Byron. He's the owner, and reserved for the boss. That's Shirley's chair. That's his wife.
That's his wife. Tom will like that.
Yep.
It's Byron and then the boss, his wife. Yeah.
The last time that I saw Prince here was for the local show by Gangs, and he came and watched the show.
This is not a bad view.
Nope, this is the best seat in the house.
This one, the boss's.
I think so.
I think so too. Byron's a smart man. That's definitely, yeah. All right, so you just lit up our star
Just
for
lit
us.
up the star for you.
Now, is this when the movie was made? The date
I
on there?
believe it was when the movie was released.
Released.
Somebody just said that the other day.
Oh, okay.
I
If you look online, you'll see so many people have taken photos next to this thing, and then the star downstairs, outside too, but like a lot of this one.
I actually got to light it up purple.
It's beautiful. Like, where is it? It's so cool. And you guys, this has been here,
I bet that's been there 20 plus years. So,
pretty cool. And the last time that Prince performed, is usually he have it planned out way in advance, or does he?
the last time he played here was the 7th of July in '07, and that was very much planned out because we were the third show he did that day.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that one was planned out a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do 3 shows today, no big whoop.
Yep.
Very cool. And I'm trying to think of, for the most part, again, they didn't seem to film much up here. It was during the movie, they didn't really have anyone up here, so it was like all these just kind of like extra dancers, which secretly I loved. John Lastman claims he was in the crowd of the Purple Rain movie, but we have yet to have any proof on it, so there's a lot of doubt in our camp. Very cool.
And so after here, we go usually to the entry. Right?
Let's go check out the entry. It's one of my favorite rooms. And again, Dan Corrigan has a book. You got to check it out. Heyday, and you can do these tours yourself. It's a lot cooler in person, I'm sure. And it's not too bad. Was it $15 a person? $15 a head. So bring the whole dang family. Do you guys do them just now Friday, Saturdays, or?
Well, you have to do it through the website. I'm not sure. I cannot answer that.
Yeah.
I do it whenever they ask me to.
Yeah.
Because I like.
You're like me. You're just whatever they tell you to do, you show up. Exactly.
Here, back here.
Hit our light. Hit our bark. He's such an artist, Dan.
Yeah. So this is the entry. from what I understand, Prince played in here twice.
Could you
actually got to see it.
imagine?
know,
I
it's
mean,
amazing.
because it's just like, this room is so fun. I mean, anywhere you're standing, you're like a foot away from the stage. So you can get a chance. And what's cool, what I found cool about this room is if you jump on people, a lot of times they'll play this right before they blow up, and then they'll play the main room. So if you get a chance to see somebody, you know, is like on the cusp of becoming a thing, definitely come see
The first
them
time I
here.
saw Go-Go Bordello was in this room.
Was it just, I
In
mean,
this room. And no, it wasn't even that packed.
Yeah.
It was an amazing show. I'm lucky enough to see a number of acts like that. Kind of the joke is this is the room for them on their way up,
Yeah.
and on their way down.
way down. Yeah. Do you guys still get some big acts that want to come play here, though?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
This is really, it's a beautiful room to play in, and people love coming here.
The shows I've seen, it literally feels like they are just like in a living room because we're just so close to them. So it's pretty neat.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy to think Prince played in this room too. I mean, could you imagine? Very cool. All right, any questions we have on Facebook at all? All right.
So,
Well, again, you can check out Dan's book. He's got a lot of amazing photos. Dan Corrigan, and his book is Heyday, H-E-Y Day. And otherwise, you can check out, of course, us, KQ Morning Show, and go hit up First Ave's website to go do a tour or see a show. And, you know, it's been pretty awesome. What is Prince? He said, like, life is a party, and every party has to come to an end, and I'm sure I totally misquoted that, but that's what I do. So thanks again for watching, and everybody have a good day, or have a good weekend.
Yep.